So, hello everybody. So thank you very much for being back for the second day of the symposium. So you're really a lot to participate today as well. So yesterday we were 250 attendees, and we believe today will be the same. We're really pleased to welcome as well prestigious speakers today. So be here for the whole day. We organize as well a session of posters by the students, the PhD students. So be here as well to listen to your colleagues, and be here as well in the evening at 5 p.m. for the award of the posters. So this morning we have two sessions, one on biodiversity and one on resources and efficiency. So we're going to have the animation and the moderation of the first session by Claudia Cosio, who is professor and director of the environmental stress and biomonitoring of aquatic environments here at the university, and as well by Olivier Fernandez, who's associate professor, induced resistance and plant bioprotection here at the university. So I'll leave the floor to my colleagues. So thank you very much, and the floor is yours now.
Thank you, Hélène, for the introduction. Good morning. So this morning we're going to have 3 talks on preserving ecosystem, and for most people, ecosystem and biodiversity are things they can see. Depending on where we live, this is what is close to their immediate environment, like in Champagne, oak, beech, or chestnut tree. In Africa, lions, zebra. And in the Antarctica, penguins and polar bears. Yet, plants, mammals, birds have only a limited biomass and role in the functioning of our ecosystem and in ecosystem services. For example, plankton in oceans represent less than 1% of the biomass, but produce close to half of the primary production of our planet. Similarly, the very tiny krill, the food of the whales, contributes to global biomass in equivalent to humans. And termites far exceed the biomass of birds, for example. Still, despite we know that the biodiversity is threatened, we have programs to protect, whales or panda. They're super cute, it's true. But in fact, they're not the most threatened in terms of taxonomy group. The aquatic ecosystem is much more at risk. And for example, crustaceans have the largest number of extinct or threatened species, reaching 28% of their species, followed by fish, sharks, amphibians. Today, we know that most of the biodiversity is not visible, not even really known, and the recent use of sequencing methods have revealed that microorganisms are really important and numerous, including fungi, bacteria, viruses, and plankton. For example, in soil, bacteria represent 18% of the biodiversity, And in 1 liter of water, we can find up to 10 billion bacteria, which is equivalent to the human population on Earth. And it is estimated that the same 1 liter of water could contain 10 to 100 billion of viruses. So we know today that most of the genetic material is on your planet comes from microbes. Yet we only know 1 to 10% of them.
Thank you, Claudia. What is also certain today, the more we learn about this invisible biodiversity, the more we understand just how fragile it is and how important it is for our future. We would therefore like to take advantage of this introduction to support the tribune that was published last week in Le Monde by colleagues from INRAE, INSERM, and CNRS. They exposed the ramping disqualification of scientific literature in political decision-making, especially when it comes to measuring the impact of pesticide on biodiversity, loss, human health, and ecosystem degradation. The so-called pause in the Ecophyto program shows that we do not need less, but more science, more conferences like this one today, and more forum for our speakers. During the next hour and a half, we will hear about the work of our 3 distinguished guests on some of these hidden ecosystems. Marc-André Sellos will most likely focus on soils. Chris Boller will talk about seawater, and Bastian Iblings about fresh waters.